I should have a pillow to sit on or something. I feel really short and sunken today. Hey, happy day, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Day 543 of What's She Up To Now. Got my little working bun in today. Working today. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to start with contribution. I actually had, after 144 days, somebody, Nancy John is her name, thank you Nancy very much, recommend an expression or an idiom for me to look into and research and talk about in my Supersize Your Business segment, which I totally appreciate. It's the first time after 144 days of doing it every single day in a row that somebody contributed and made a suggestion. And it was cool because it's an expression I'm not familiar with. I don't know. I've heard it before. I've heard Bob's your uncle, but I didn't know what it meant. So I couldn't find it in my book. So what did I do? I did what every good person with a question does nowadays that we have the tools at our fingertips. I hopped on my phone and I Googled it. And I found out all kinds of cool things about the expression Bob's your uncle and how it might impact our businesses and our lives. And it's really actually a fun expression that it gave me some insight into things that other people have said and done around me in my past that I didn't really understand. I had a niece that used to call everybody Bob, and I could never understand why she called everybody Bob. Well, Bob is a name, a common name called for people in general. A Bob this, Bob that. Everybody called Bob. Well, she did that as a little girl when she first learned to talk. I think she was probably, maybe 2 years old. And for about a year, she just called everybody Bob. Well, I never understood it. We all laughed and we thought it was interesting. But maybe that explains somehow she learned that Bob is what you call everybody, and she called everybody Bob. It's also interesting that Bob is the term for a shoplifter's assistant is called a Bob, and Bob would indicate to his cohort in shoplifting crime that all is well and that you could go ahead and steal whatever it is you're going to steal. So Bob became associated with all is well. And also Bob, it's your uncle. What it means is, and this I thought was awesome, is it means like to wrap things up. It's like a concluding statement after a couple of instructions or a simple set of instructions. So it reminds us to have a clear ending, a clear conclusion to things. I would probably say, and there you have it, or, and that's it, or you got this, or this is how we do it, or something like that. Whereas in England, they would say, Bob's your uncle, meaning you do this step and then that step, and Bob's your uncle, and then you're done, you have it. So really interesting. I really thank Nancy for bringing that up, because it is something outside my experience and culture that I wouldn't have really necessarily understood. But like any other word or expression or thing, we can find tie-ins to, number one, our personal growth and development. Number two, our businesses and what it is that we're trying to achieve and make happen in our lives. It reminds me to keep things simple and to make sure that I'm clear in my instructions. So often we think people understand what we're saying, and they absolutely positively do not, because we're making things, number one, more complicated than they need to be. Number two, we're not really clearly saying what's in our head and what we want done or how we want it done, and we're not delegating effectively. And when you don't delegate effectively by telling people really what you expect and what you want them to do, it's not fair to them. So I love this, and Bob's your uncle. So sometime today, I'm going to make sure I get to use the expression, and Bob's your uncle. And my 4-year-old granddaughter is probably going to look at me like, what are you talking about, Grandma? You're crazy. And I'll explain to her. And she'll learn something new today too. And I know I learned something new today, and I love learning something new. So what am I working on for my business? I'm still moving. Oh my God, what a project. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, wow. And I'm going to be saying, Bob's your uncle when it's all done and all moved and all unpacked. But crazy. I've never been one to like moving. Even when I was younger and I moved, to college, I hated going back and forth to college. I loved being settled in somewhere. I guess I'm more like a homing pigeon. I never realized how much. I always think I want to travel the world and do all these things, but whenever I'm traveling, I love the scenery, I love the beauty, I love traveling, I love the experience, but I'm never really comfortable. I love home. And I love how slow I am that my alarms are going off. Sorry about that. So, working on the move. I'm going to be talking about it for at least another week, maybe 2. I apologize in advance because I know I'm going to be talking about it for another couple weeks. It's one of those projects. It's like when I was doing the Women's Summit, I was talking about the Women's Summit every day. Doing the 90-day challenge, I talk about that every day. I tend to talk about what I'm working on. 90-day challenge is day 83 today. Woo, almost done. Crazy. I got so many things I wish that I had added and I wanted to put in it, and I'll probably go back and supplement and put in, but today's day 83. We're going to talk about publishing. Now, since we're doing a 90-day challenge to be an influencer in 90 days using YouTube and live video, I'm using YouTube. People can be using whatever platform they want. We're going to talk about the importance of that, and then I'm going to kind of hint that, okay, now that you've done it for 83 days, you might want to keep it up. Now, you don't have to publish every day, but you want to pick a consistent frequency that you publish at so people know when to expect to see something from you. And you want to be committed to doing it. If you could only do it once a week, or I'm not even going to say do it once a month. If you want to be an influencer, there's no way you're going to be an influencer publishing once a month. And maybe I'm stepping out over the line by saying that, but I'm pretty convinced you're not going to. You don't have to do it every day, but consistently, I would think at a minimum once or twice a week, consistently, people know when they're going to be able to see you and find you. Pick the day of the week and the time that works for you and publish that. The best time, of course, is when most of your people are available to catch you and listen, but it doesn't really matter. Nowadays, with playback and replays and things, and instant replays, and people can watch you on whatever platform you choose pretty much anytime, it doesn't really matter. Publish when it works for you so that you get it done and that you're consistent. I'm a total morning person, and I worried for the longest time that people weren't going to see my stuff because I publish it so early in the morning. Am I missing a lot of people because I'm doing it way before people are even up? Yep, I probably am, but I'm catching the right people for me, and that's what matters. That's what counts. And the same thing will be true for you, no matter when and where you publish. Publish where your people are. Go where they are. If your people aren't on YouTube, you're going to have to build a channel and build a following and build people up and get a following on YouTube. That's what I'm doing. My people are not on YouTube. They just aren't yet. Now, notice I said yet. My people are on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is by far my best platform. And that's where my people are. That's where the people that I work with are. Now, for chronic pain, I haven't figured out where my people are yet. That is my project as part of this 90-day challenge, and I will figure it out. And I think because I'm not 100% committed to working with the chronic pain community, I am struggling with that. And I admit it, I am not 100% committed to coming out of my chronic pain closet and letting people know the things that have gone on with me and are continuing to go on with me. And why? It's based on a fear, of course, that people won't want to do business with me or work with me if they know that I have challenges and that I have challenges that they think or perceive as maybe affecting my ability to help them. Now, of course, they don't, but people perceive that they do. People have predisposed judgments and opinions of people that have pain, people that have challenges, people that have disabilities. And as much as I hate to even ever admit it, I have a disability, and I've never felt like I have a disability. I never treat myself like I have a disability. I don't want anyone to know or treat me like I have a disability, but I have one and I hide it. And so I got to get over that hiding the disability thing, because we need to be okay with whoever we are and just being who we are. That's my biggest lesson and biggest message in life. And I'm here to admit I still struggle with it. I still struggle with sharing that. And I know our obstacle is the way. Our challenges are what make us who we are. But how we share those and when we share those is unique and different for each one of us. So working on that. So 90-day challenge. Not sure what my next thing's going to be. I'm already thinking about what am I doing next? What's my next challenge? Because I have to always kind of be having a challenge that I'm doing or working on. So in the next day or so, I will decide what that's going to be. I haven't decided. I can't even say I've decided, because I just started thinking about it yesterday, or actually I didn't even start thinking about it yesterday. I started thinking about it this morning, because I start to get this inkling as I'm getting to the end of something, and it's a week before the end of this one. I'm like, okay, what's my next thing? I got to have my next thing ready to go. And so maybe I'll brave up and I'll actually do a challenge for chronic pain people that have chronic pain that want to make a living, and do a 30-day challenge for them, or a 14-day challenge for them, It's pretty hard when you've got chronic pain to commit to do something every day for 30 days. But maybe I'll make it a perpetual thing that just they can do it whenever it works for them, and it won't just be 30 days. If it takes them 120 days to get through it, who cares? It's just up, and it's there to help them to deal with and do what they want to do to create the life that they want. I'm thinking I might do that. That would be a good thing to do. It doesn't have anything to do with my business and with my life, but it would be a good thing to do. So there I'm talking myself into something. Really, I just want to get moved. I just want to get moved so I can get settled into my new home, right? Speaking of moving, if you know anybody that could use 2 amazing cats, I'm really struggling with moving my cats. My cats are not liking the boxing and the moving. I don't think they care, but some more things for them to jump and climb on and play. But I don't know, I'm really struggling with it. I absolutely adore the cats, but everybody in my family, the ex-husband, everybody's telling me, you have to get rid of your cats. And it's kind of breaking my heart because I love them. They're my little friends. They're my kind of constant companions. One's sleeping by me right now on my desk. She's all curled up in a little ball sleeping and listening to me do videos. So I'm having a hard time with that. I guess I would like to find them an amazing home where they both could go and be loved. Otherwise, I'm going to figure out a way to make it work that I don't have to get rid of my cats. And the reason I have to get rid of my cats is because I am having a challenge that will make it more difficult to take care of them by myself and on my own. So it's kind of a balance. Do I want to stay on my own taking care of myself, or do I need to get more help to help me do everything, including taking care of my cats? And I guess I'm not ready to ask for help yet. So I will balance the, can I find an awesome home for my cats? If I can find an awesome home for my cats where they would be loved, I would do that, but I'm not just gonna let go of them to anybody. I know, I sound like a mom, don't I? No, you cannot marry my daughter. No, you cannot marry my son. Same kind of thing with our pets. Anyway, if I can help you in any way, please go ahead and hit me up. Let me know. I am here. I'm still working, even though I'm moving and I'm chaotic and I'm taking care of my 4-year-old granddaughter. Still doing my coaching calls, still doing consulting. I just have to get better at and continually be balancing and juggling, which is sort of the story of my life, so it's nothing new. If I can help you, though, let me know. Just share in the comments below or direct message me. It's pretty easy to find. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, Pajama Grandma, Gramma. Pretty much most social media platforms that are the big ones you can find me on. Go out, make it an awesome day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.